Hello everyone. Today let us know about the project Sports Equipment Showroom. So you can see the database, backup file and the source code. So this is the project which is designed using VB.NET and SQL Server. So you can see all the files here which are required to run the project. And we have created the SQL Server for this, and you can view it under Microsoft SQL Server 2012. And here you have the file SQL Server Management Studio. So let us open the SQL Server Management Studio, and you can see that it is open now, and you can see the server type is database engine. This is the server name, and the default login ID is SA and the password is technology. You can give any password as you wish. Clicking on connect, you will be connected to the database, and now you can see there is databases. Expanding this, we can view the different databases, and at last you have Sports Equipment Management System. So this is the database of this project. So this system is designed to sell the sports equipment such as the different items or the products related to sports through the shop, and this will be whatever the items are purchased or the sold items will be updated in the web page. Now let us see the database details. Before explaining the project, we will know about the database. So expanding the Sports Equipment Management System, under tables there are different tables, that is bill, which includes the bill details, cat, which includes the category, customer order, which includes the customer orders, and customer order items includes the customer order items details, then customer, then log. So in the log you can see the login details of the staff, then the product, which includes all the details related to the product, then the purchase item, stock, and supplier details. So in the supplier, the different companies who are supplying the products and all their details can be viewed here. So we saw all the database details. Now let us know how we can run the project. To run the project, we have to go to VB.NET folder where you have Software Equipment Showroom folder. It includes the source code. Click on source code. Under source code there is a folder called sports. Go to the folder and search for Software Requirement Management System.VB project. So this is the extension, that is the Visual Basic project or a VB.NET project. Click on that and it will open the Visual Studio. And now you have to configure the database first. To configure the database, you have to know the server name. So you know the server name which we saw earlier, that is a server name. Copy the server name in the SQL connection, and then the database name in the SQL DB, and SQL user, that is the login or the username. The default login ID or the username is SA, and the password. So whatever password you have given at the time of installation, that password must be given here. I have given technology. You can give any of the password. So this is, click on start the project where login page or the login form is available. There is three forms you can see: user type, username, and password. You have to choose the user type as admin or the employee. Then the username and password of that particular user must be entered. Let us select admin, and to know the username and password, go to the table again and go to dob table.log. So this contains the details of the employees and the admin. So you can see the login username and the login user password is admin itself, and for the employee it is employee itself. The admin have the full authority, but the employee has some limited authority. So now let us log in as the admin. So the username is admin and the default password is also admin. Clicking on login, the admin page is available. So this includes different menus as well as the sub menus, and these are the authorities available for the admin. So configuration, sports equipment, purchase, sales, stock, reports. So these are the panels available for admin. So in the configuration menu, there are two options. One is user registration and the other is change password. So let us see what is user registration. So the user registration is registration of the employees who work for the company. So in the registration there are two types, admin and the employee. If the user type is admin, then that person has the full authority of the web page. The employee has the limited authority. Now let us do the registration of an employee. The username and the password must be provided to register the employee. And clicking on add, we can see that password cannot be less than 8 characters. So here the password should be more than 8 characters. And we have entered a small password with the limited length. Okay, now we have entered the password and we can see that the username and the password is entered of the employee. Under change password, the employees or the admin, whoever logs into the portal, they can change their password. But to change the password, they must enter their current password and then the new password, and they must confirm the new password what they have entered. On clicking on change, their password will be changed and it will get updated in the system. So now let us do the changes. We are changing the password of the admin. Previously it was admin and now I am adding it as admin and the password is changed. Now let us see the database. Let us refresh the database. Now you can see the admin where the user password is admin. So the previously it was admin, now it is admin. So this is how the password will be changed in the database. Now let us see the sports equipment menu. So this menu has got two sub-menus, sports type and add equipment. The sports type means the different types of sports that are present, and add equipments is the different types of equipments which are required for the sports. So in the sports type we can see there are different types of sports, and in the add equipments, based on the sports type we can add the different items or the products. Now let us add the sports type. So we can add the different types of sports here. We can see cricket, football, basketball, kabaddi. We can add hockey, volleyball, baseball. So different sports types can be added. So let me add hockey. So once it is added, this can be viewed here and the admin can also delete it. Now let us add the equipments. In the equipments we can see sports type. So first we have to choose the sports type, then we have to enter the sports equipment title. So that is what is the name of the product. So I am adding hockey stick and model number. So each item will have a model number that must be entered. Then the manufacturing year of the item. Then what is the color of that item and brand, that is from which company we have purchased that particular product. And what is the price or the cost of that particular item must be entered here. So on clicking on add, the item will be entered to the database, and here the admin can delete the item if he wishes to delete it, or they can cancel the insertion also. So we can see the manufacturing year, date. So all this can be updated by clicking on the data. So now let us know about the purchase model. So this has three sub-menus: supplier, purchase order and purchase order processing. So suppliers are those who will supply the products to the company. Purchase order, that is here the admin can order the items from the suppliers, and purchase order processing, here we can view the purchase orders which are under process. So now let us view the supplier form. So here the supplier's name must be mentioned. Then the code of the company must be mentioned. So each company will have their unique code and that code must be entered here. Then the seller type, whether he is an wholesaler, retailer, and the phone number and the address, that is where the company is located. The location of the company must be mentioned and the name of the company must be mentioned. Clicking on add will add the details to the database. So we can see the supplier's detail is added to the database and admin can delete the details also. Under purchase order, here the admin must enter the order number, then the date of order and the supplier name, that is from which supplier he want to order the item. While entering the supplier's name, the mobile number and the supplier's address is generated. Then the product detail, that is the category of the product and the brand name and the product name must be selected, and what is the quantity of products or the items required must be added. So this is how the admin or the company will order the items from the different suppliers. So on clicking on save, this record will be saved. So once the purchase order is saved, it will be stored on the purchase order processing. So we can see that it is present in purchase order processing now. Click on the supplier name and we can view the orders what we made just now. So once the item is delivered to your company or your store, then you have to update it as item received, and once the item is received, it won't be present on the purchase order processing, it will be moved to the stock. So now we can see the items which are present in the stock. So we ordered hockey stick of quantity 10, so this is available in stock now. So it is not available in the purchase order or in purchase order processing. It is once the item is received, it is available in the stock. So under stock we can view all the items. In the sales menu, there is customer and customer order. So to add the sales invoice, the customer's data must be entered and only then the customer's sales report can be generated. So first let us add the customer's data. So you can see the customer ID is auto generated, the customer name must be entered, then the age of the customer is required, and the address and mobile number of the customer must be entered. So you can see there are various other customers. So any number of customers can be entered by the admin, and the mobile number of the customer is added, and you can see the admin data or admin details is entered now. Now let us add the sales data. Under customer order, here the order number is generated. Then we have to select the customer name. On selecting the customer name, the address and mobile number is fetched, and term of delivery, that is in which way the item will be delivered to the customer. So we can see kindly deliver to the mentioned address. So whatever the address is mentioned, for that particular address the item is delivered. Then product details, what is the items the customer wants to purchase. You can see the category, then the brand is selected, then the name of the product is selected, and you can see the quantity. So how much ever the quantity is available, that much orders can be made. If there is no item available, then we can see the quantity is 0 because there is no item available, since it shows the quantity is 0 and you can't enter that particular item or you can't order that particular item. So now let us make the invoice for these two products. So clicking on generate invoice, the bill will be generated. So you can see the bill, and clicking on do you want to print, you can see the invoice, and this can be printed also. So this includes the price details. So report menu has two sub menus, purchase report and sales report. So purchase report is the items purchased from the company from different suppliers. So here we can view day wise as well as by custom date. Custom date is from this particular date to this particular date, what is the items purchased, and days on the by choosing one particular date, what is the amount, what is the items purchased on that date from which of the companies can be viewed here. So in the sales report also we can view day wise as well as in the custom date, same as the purchase report. In the sales report it includes the items purchased by the customers from the company. So here in the custom date we must mention the from date and to date, and from that particular date what is the items sold by the company can be viewed here, and we can also view who is the customer purchased, on which date the item is purchased, and what is the total amount of sale is done on particular time can be viewed here. So these are the different menus available for the employee or the admin. So logging off will take you out of the project. So this is about the project sports equipment management system. Thank you for watching the video.